Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. So back's bothering me still. Alright, trying to get this done. Alright, I have a PacLock 90A Pro. I bought this lock. I had one and I sent it to Australia and I realized I hadn't done a video of it. So I bought another one because I'm doing a trade to somebody in Germany, so I bought them one. Theirs is still sealed in the package. So this one is mine that I bought for myself. So the way I tension it is with the sparrows. I get that little short or narrower piece. You can't tension it like a normal 1100. It won't hold. So there's a small piece of warding ramped that way, and then there's a notch on the opposite side, and I just kind of fit right in there. So it sits kind of perpendicular to the keyway. All right, so I have picked this. I'm just going to talk about how I picked it the first time and what I went through with this one. So when I first put my pick in, the first pin I felt, I thought it was pin 1. And I was trying to be very careful. I thought I was on pin 1, but I was actually on pin 2. So then the next pin, there was nothing. So 3 clicks and then nothing. Then a click. The next one had a click, and then into a false set. Took me a little bit of time bouncing around, because with pin 1 positioned right behind the tensioner, I could not feel it. I thought I felt it, but it just didn't feel like it was there. So just got some counter rotation and I got it set, but then that dropped other pins. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I evidently missed one. 3. So let's try that again, since I keep popping the tension wrench out. All right. So I can pick this a lot quicker, and I'll show that after, because once I realized that I was picking pin 2 there, I can go right back to pin 1 and get it set. And I never have to get into that false set. So the false set comes pin 1, pin 1, pin 2, pin 3 has nothing, pin 4, pin 5 there's nothing, pin 6, and pin 7, and it opens. So basically, once I opened it, I realized that I could, once I have 1, or actually 2, I can go back and get 1 right away because I'm not on 1. So the second time I picked it, it was much faster. I just stuck the pick in, found 2, came back and got 1 right there, and now it's set. And now it's just a matter of, let's see, 1, there's, wait, come back and get 1, make sure 2's set, 3 there's nothing, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and it's open. So once I realized that where pin 1 was, I never get into a false set as long as I go back and get number 1 first. If I go 2 through 7, then I have to deal with a false set on 1, which is right behind the tension wrench. But if I never do that, if I go 2, which is a serrated, back to 1, which obviously is a spool, I don't know what the other ones are, but I only get 1 click on each. 3 is, it seems like a no lift pin. I have the key. Let me get the key. All right. Okay. here's the key. Yeah, so it's a no lift on 3, so the really high lift, and these are all pretty even, really, back in the back. So I hadn't even looked at the key until now. Never even messed with it. All right, so let's see. Hex wrench. Yep, that's the one. All right. Don't need the bearing out of there. Okay. Try to leave the bearing in there. All right. Man, it smells like reminds me of walking into one of my grandpa or my uncle or one of their garages. I'm gonna go ahead and lock it up since I have the key. The grease on here is just memorable. Oh, I got the C-clip. Not used to them coming off that quick. All right, let's put the key in, and I'm not gonna shim it. I just did another video. I haven't picked in a while, and I just did another video of lockjaw, a challenge lock, and I had a gutting disaster, but I'm gonna risk it, and it worked. All right, so yep, no lift on number 3. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, tweezers. Take a close-up look at these pins in a minute. Let's go ahead and get pin 1 is a spool. Pin 2 is serrated. Pin 3, a spool. Pin 4, spool. Pin 5, spool. Pin 7 is a really long standard pin. Probably an anti-bump pin. And another spool. I'm going to leave the springs in here. We've all seen springs. We don't need to see those again. And so, sorry, I need some magnification here. I've been on a computer all day and my eyes. I need to go get some glasses for my while I'm on the computer at work. All right. Sorry about the bump. Okay. Get the pins back down here and put them into frame. So we have a spool, and that spool looks kind of lumpy. All the key pins look very lumpy. Even that doesn't look as clean. Yeah, they don't look as good as I remember. That one does. So that spool, and that looks kind of lumpy. That one spool looks good. All the other ones don't look as clean as I remember PacLock being. Hopefully these are in. It's hard for me to tell with my. Okay, they are. There's a glare on my phone. But yeah, the one spool looks okay. The others look kind of lumpy. The quality of the pins is not what I remember my other PacLock being. I don't have a picture of them or anything, but I just remember the PacLock pins. I thought they were a lot better than that. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, so here's, well, at least on the Pro 90, I have another PacLock. I have to say there are some things I don't like about PacLock. One, this is purely from a picker's standpoint, is these are very sharp. Like on a on an American lock, they're rounded. It's comfortable to hold. This one is a lot less comfortable to actually hold the lock. So that's just obvious. That's only a picker standpoint. The next thing, picking it wise, is that warding on this side at the top is very thin on both sides. So it's got like sharp points there. So it's a very gritty feeling pick. When you're picking it, everything feels really gritty. And now I have to say the pins have disappointed me. I remember those being a lot cleaner than American or Master Lock pins, a lot smoother. These are very lumpy, almost like Bunker Hill pins. That they're kind of globby feeling. So overall, not a bad pick. I mean, it's PacLock. Everybody always talks them up really big. But it looks like some things are changing. I don't know. Maybe it's their supply chain right now with everything going on. Maybe they just went to cheaper because, it's what you have to do to stay in business. I don't know. I don't work there. So maybe they're the same pins. Maybe I'm misremembering. But yeah, it's an okay lock. It's not I have to say a Lockwood, like everybody in Australia loves Lockwoods. They are a fun pick. I still like Americans as well. So, yeah, but I guess if I had to pick between a PacLock, just for joy of picking, if I had to pick between a PacLock and an American, I would pick the American just because it's more comfortable to hold and that, not nothing else besides that. Yeah, it's not a bad lock. A lock is a lock, but that's it. Sorry, I'm rambling now. I'll stop. I gotta stand up and stretch my back out, so I gotta get up from here anyway. My right leg is going numb. That's all I got. Thanks for listening to me ramble if you stayed this far. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for stopping by.